Today we are going to be painting a piece of furniture in my own home. I have a beautiful hall tree, but it needs a refresh, and then at the end we'll style it up together. This piece was gifted to me. The person who had it previously did attempt to do a paint job on it, and there is some damage to the top surface. The brass hardware inspired me to do a dark, rich paint job on this piece, but first it needs a good cleaning. We're going to use a TSP substitute, which you can find at your local hardware store or on Amazon. If I were selling this piece, I also would have sanded down the top surface and gotten rid of those old burn marks, but since I'm keeping it, I'm not worried about perfection. I'm using my DIY multitasker and perfectionist brush, as well as a DIY black velvet paint. DIY paint is a clay-based paint. It is super thick and highly pigmented, which means your coverage is amazing. Look at the coverage I'm getting after just one coat on this piece. My perfectionist brush is awesome for getting around all these little detailed areas and around the mirror. Now, I'm not perfect around a mirror. I don't mind getting a bit of paint on it because I will go back with a razor blade and scrape off the excess. I did one solid coat on the entire piece, went back and did any touch-up spots I may have missed, but I did notice a little bit of bleed through on the top here. That's where tannins or oils come through your paint, and I wanted to make sure that didn't show through on my final coat. Fortunately, I have DIY Salvation Solution, which is a stain blocker and primer. So I'm just going to use my clear Salvation Solution and give the top of this piece one coat, which will help protect that staining from coming through after I do my final coat. I went ahead and let that dry overnight, and now that staining will not be coming back through. Time to give this top piece a final coat of the DIY black velvet. To purchase any of the paint and products I used or any of my thrifted finds, you can head on over to upcycledbybrie.com, but I will drop that easy to find link down in the description box below. My final coat of paint is dry, and look, those stains are all gone. Time to seal this piece up. I'm using DIY black wax, which is going to really richen up that black velvet paint. I've got an old brush here, and I'm just going to apply this wax in one even layer across the entire piece. And a little secret is to use a black piece of cloth to wipe back all of your excess black wax. That way you're not getting any little white fuzzies in your paint from a white cloth. After the entire piece is waxed, it's time to clean up the mirror. I've just got a razor blade here, and I'm going to go along and scrape all of the excess paint and wax off of the mirror before I clean it with Windex. Are y'all a taper or a scraper? Some people like to tape off their mirrors with painter's tape. I prefer this method. After your wax dries for 24 hours, it's time to buff it out. I'm using a buffy brush here to buff mine, but you could also use a clean black rag to do this as well. And here is a look at the paint job after it is waxed and has dried for 24 hours. Now we'll replace the hardware, which I did not even change, I just cleaned it up a bit. I added in some beautiful brown planters, some greenery and aged spindles, a touch of glass and metal, and this look is complete. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the before and after makeover on my haul tree. If you love these furniture painting videos, be sure to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below about what you think about this makeover. Don't forget to send the video over to a friend, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to all so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And until next time, I'll see y'all later. Bye, friends.